Okay, Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 6. Oh my gosh, Lesson 5, that's such a good one.
I know.
Lesson 5.
Should we do lesson 5?
Oh, we can do both of them if you want. But Lesson 5 is powerful. I'm never upset for the reason I think. Oh my gosh. I'm never upset for the reason I think. I'm never upset for the reason I think. Now, you can have different reasons, but the fact that you are upset means that you are believing the ego's perception. You're believing in separation. With no details at all, you can know I'm not upset for the reason I think. You need no story, zero story, not one detail.
But so for an example of that last night with the dishes, I'm not upset because I think it's not fair that I have to move these dishes.
So unpack it, right? So you have these dishes, and you have this idea of where you want to get to, right? So the idea could be, I want a clean counter. Why do you want a clean counter?
I don't want a clean counter. I just don't want dishes in the sink so that I can get to the water without having to exert any more energy to move dishes.
And why do you want to get to the water?
Because I'm tired.
Okay.
And if I have to exert any more energy, I feel like I'm going to collapse.
And so if you can get to the water easily, what does that give you?
It gives me, I don't remember why I was trying to get to the water. I don't know.
So whatever it is, it actually doesn't matter. But it's important to go through.
You're going to say that.
Well, it doesn't matter ultimately, but what does matter is that you start to watch yourself.
Yeah.
Because we'll have these ideas of, if I had that, then I'd be happy. Which is not true. It's exactly like, if I had $10 million, then I'd be happy. We look at people, if I was famous, then I'd be happy. If my book was published, then I'd be happy. If my kids went to bed without me yelling at them, then I'd be happy.
Yeah.
These are all my things.
I definitely went to bed soon after that. It was like 8 o'clock. The sun was...
It's not that you weren't tired. It's that you increased the story of separation, and that is the experience of suffering that we have. And so you're putting your suffering on, for example, someone else's action of not cleaning the dishes, and this pile of dishes, and your body, particular feeling. You're putting all the story on those things, and you're saying this is what it means, because ultimately it's pretty crazy. Have you ever had to pee, and then you get busy with something and you forget you have to pee, and then you remember, oh, I was going to get up to pee, and then all of a sudden you have to pee again? Yeah. We think, whoa, I forgot. How do you forget you have to pee? And before that, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to pee so bad. It's crazy that the body is actually being controlled by the mind. It's not the other way around. The mind's controlling the body. I don't know what I said before. The mind's controlling the body. The body's not controlling the mind. The body isn't telling you how things have to be. It's like, you don't have to be hungry if you're hungry. And in fact, you don't have to be in pain if you're in pain. It's all a mind story, albeit a very persuasive mind story. But there's plenty of times where I've had pain, or I've had hunger, or I've had to do things, and I get distracted, and then it goes away. Mm-hmm. It just points to the fact that it's all a mind game. It's all a mind game, all of it.
So in that instance, I don't know. I'm not sure how I would get to that headspace.
Well, one of the ways you can do is just remember a lesson. Like I said this lesson about 100 times. I'm never upset for the reason I think. Just the general awareness of, I'm not upset for the reason I think. It's like, okay, well, I think I'm upset at Jared, and I think I'm upset about these dishes, but I'm not upset. What could it be? What do I really want? Because ultimately what we want, if we're able to go down the rabbit trail...
I mean, what I wanted was to go to bed, and I think...
and I want to go to bed because it's going to give me rest.
Yeah.
And escape the suffering.
Yeah.
Because if I can just go unconscious, I wouldn't feel this way anymore. I want to rid it.
Yeah.
Which, none of this is bad. The only thing that makes it bad is when it gives you an experience that you don't like. When you're creating a world that you're like, I don't want this world. Like, okay, well, let's look at the creator and see if we can adjust these things. I'm never upset for the reason I think. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you pain. Apply it specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever term seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, anger, hatred, jealousy, or any number of forms, all of which you will be perceived as different. They'll all be perceived as different, but it's not true. It's not all different stuff. It's all the same thing. And the same thing is the idea of separate. Not true. However, until you learn that form does not matter, which is very tricky, each form becomes a proper subject for the exercise for today. And so, if you have the awareness enough to remember a course, any of them, because, I mean, it's a big book, giant book. It's a book of books, and it's pretty big. But it's really one idea, repeated over and over and over and over and over and over, because we need more information. And the one idea is, this too I can let go, because it's not me. I can let this go, I can let this go, I can let this go, because I'm okay, because I'm connected, because we are one, because I am love. I'm already there. Okay, if I'm already there, what is this thing that's blocking my awareness? That's interesting. I can't seem to get off it. Wow, that's interesting too. Like that. There are no small upsets. They're all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. That quote in the middle. Mm-hmm. And then the other quote is, I cannot keep this form of... This is the things that you say yourself. I cannot keep this form of upset and let others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. This lesson is basically saying that just like there is no level of difficulty in miracles. There's no big miracle or little miracle. Yeah. And the other side of the thing is there is no level of difficulty in upsetness.
Yeah.
Big ones or little ones, it's all the same.
Right. Yeah. If I'm going to stub my toe and let it go, I need to let the argument between Jared go, which is to see somebody else.
Well, you don't need to. That's important to realize too. You're not bad, and you're not a waste of time, and you're not messing this up if you do. Because that's another thing, right? You could do all the right stuff and then just be beating yourself up continually. And it's another upset that separates you from the peace that you are, because you think you are bad. You think Layla's bad. It's the same thing.
That, like, I can let something go if I stub my toe. It's like a thing, but if it's a person, I have this need to hold on to it. I can't let it go as easily as like an inanimate object, you know?
Yeah, that is interesting. Very fascinating. So just the very awareness of that is a beautiful thing. It's miraculous, actually. Miraculous. All right, so you're a little lesson 6.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get a chance to apply lesson 5 very well. I was very distracted yesterday and the day before. So as much as I would have wanted to utilize that, and I think if I had sat and reread it, it would have been very helpful for the weekend.
For sure.
It was a hard weekend.
Well, again, this is a course in mind training. We're exercising the mind.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so it's not a course of achievement, right? We're not trying to get any particular place. So it's
Sure.
working, right? Reading them, having these times.
I think if I do this, if I just open the book every day for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it is helpful. I mean, I did all sorts of stuff. Like I set reminders on my, my watch would go off, and I did just to remind myself, because it's so easy to forget and get wrapped up into the current.
Yeah.
The current, we have a strong current. If you are in a body, if you appear to be in a body, you're in a strong current. And to not do spiritual practices, you are swept away. Everybody.
Yeah.
And so doing spiritual practices such as this, and it's, any of them can work.
Right.
There's so many out there. But doing them consistently is, you're starting to swim, but you're swimming upstream. And so there's consistent development, mental development, personality development that keeps you just steady, not being swept away. And without it, that's natural. That's natural, right? I don't feel like I'm taking any new ground. Well, maybe it's hard to see your own growth. It's hard to see your own development, right? Of learning that you can let go of things. I mean, that's really hard. It's especially hard because it's not achieving. You're not putting things in a bucket. You're not checking things off. You're actually letting things go. So it's harder to see yourself that it's working or not. But it's the intention and the active fight. I'm swimming. It's just my daily practice. I read my lesson, or I read through the text, or I do something intentional. Or I'm intentional every day with just the practice of being thankful for the things that bug the shit out of me. All of those things, very helpful.
Okay.
You want to do lesson 6 or?
If
No.
you do you want it to be a separate recording or?
We could. Let's see here. How do I stop this?